Tetris stinks. Enjoy the video. How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC leak discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at a leak that claims to know the final two characters that are going to appear on the first Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, as well as some information about future DLC. However, guys, as always, and I cannot stress this enough, just because this guy claims to have credible information, that does not mean that this leak is going to end up being true, so make sure you guys take it with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. If you guys would like to read all I talk, you can find a link to the original post in the description bar down below, and now with all that out of the way, I have to tell you guys where this leak came from. So guys, this leak was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord server, so if you guys haven't already joined up, you can find a link to my Discord as well as links to all of my social media presences, such as my Twitter and Patreon, in the description bar down below, as well as the pinned comment. And now guys, with all of that out of the way, this leak comes from 4chan, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. So guys, like I said, this leak comes from 4chan, and it is titled Smash Bros. Ultimate Updates Leak, and it is posted by John Goodman. It starts by saying, "Hey guys, I work for Nintendo. I have some info on the Fighter Pass for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. First of all, we have Sans. Sans will be the first indie fighter coming to Smash Bros. He uses his Gaster Blasters a lot in his moveset. After that, we have Doom Guy. Doom Guy will be the Bethesda rep as well as the final character on the first Fighters Pass. After that, we have Gino. Gino will not be a part of the Fighters Pass, but he will be available after it if you have Nintendo Switch Online. We also apparently have some new modes coming as well. First of all, we have a mode called Dodgeball. Dodgeball is what it sounds like. If you get hit by the ball, you're out, and you can play with either 2 up to 8 players. After that, we have Home Run Contest, just like the previous versions of Home Run Contest. Next up, we have Character Costumes. A new mode will allow you to add costumes, stickers, badges, and more to fighters in Smash Bros. It will have different color options and size options, making everyone completely unique. The September Direct will announce a fighter, being Sans, and Doom Guy will be announced at the Game Awards. That's all, so now that we've gone over the entire post, let's talk about it a little bit. So guys, first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the characters. So first up, we have Sans. So apparently Sans is going to be the first indie character coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a playable fighter. Now, for the longest time, there has been a ton of debate over whether or not we are going to see an indie character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and if we do, who that character is going to be. Specifically, I am referring to Shovel Knight during the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS days, but as we saw, Shovel Knight just ended up being an assist trophy in the game and not a playable fighter. However, during the DLC Fighters Pass, there has been debate once again over 2 specific indie characters being Frisk and Sans. Now, there are lots of people saying that Frisk is going to be coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate just because Frisk is like the main protagonist of Undertale, and Frisk has a lot of really cool moves and stuff like that. But personally, guys, I have always stood by Sans making it in over Frisk. If we do actually get an indie character from Undertale, personally, the reason I believe that it is going to end up being Sans and not Frisk is because Sans is the most iconic character from that game franchise. Yes, I do understand that Frisk is the main protagonist, however, in terms of recognizability and being iconic, Sans is way more in both of those categories. If you guys don't believe that Sans is more iconic and recognizable than Frisk, take a look at the song Megalovania. Currently on YouTube, it only has about 5 million views, but before it was taken down by Nintendo, it had over 100 million views. If you guys don't know what song Megalovania is, it is Sans' theme that goes da 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 da. Everybody has heard that song, and for that very reason, guys, I think that Sans has a much stronger chance of making it in than Frisk, and honestly guys, I'm pretty happy we're going to end up getting Sans instead, just because I think Sans is a better character. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about Doom Guy. Now, if you guys don't know who Doom Guy is, he comes from a game franchise called Doom, which is extremely popular. Now, although it isn't as popular as Halo or Call of Duty, Doom is actually the reason that those games exist the way that they do. For those of you guys who didn't already know, Doom is actually the game franchise that popularized the first-person shooter genre, so Doom is definitely a very iconic franchise. In terms of Doom Guy's chances, yes. I do understand that Doom Guy comes from an M-rated game, being Doom, but they did the same thing with Solid Snake and Bayonetta, where they made those two characters a little bit more kid-friendly, and I think that Sakurai and his team are more than capable to do the same with Doom Guy. Now, to get into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, you have to be somebody. They don't just let any old character in, I mean, besides for Piranha Plant, but let's be honest, he's a great character. But Doom Guy definitely meets all the credentials, and I definitely think he has a very strong chance of making it in, once again, because he's so iconic, and we already have a couple of Doom games on the Nintendo Switch, which is why I think Doom has a very strong chance of making some kind of appearance in Smash Ultimate. Now we get to talk about the character that everybody has been waiting for, Gino. Now, Gino has seen a ton of hype surrounding him recently because lots of people just really still want to see him in the game. Also, we got a brand new Square Enix character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate being the hero, but we didn't end up getting the Gino Mii costume in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which made a lot of people very suspicious. Now, if you guys didn't actually already know this, in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, there was a Mii costume for Gino, and that was actually the only Mii costume that ended up getting a splash screen, which is going to be on screen right now, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, in terms of Gino's chances of making it into the game, honestly, at first, I was a little bit skeptical, and I honestly didn't think he had that great of a chance. However, after reconsidering, especially with all this fan outcry, he probably does have a pretty good shot. I mean, for those of you guys who didn't already know, Sakurai has wanted Gino to be in Smash ever since Melee. So, because Sakurai really wants this character in the game, along with the fact that tons of fans want to see Gino in the game, I definitely think he has a very strong chance. Now, one of the biggest arguments against Gino at this point is that yes, we did just get a Square Enix character on the Fighter's Pass being the hero, so we probably won't end up seeing another one. However, guys, if this does end up being true and we do see Gino outside of the Fighter's Pass, there is absolutely no written rule that says that this cannot happen. I mean, if we go ahead and take a look at it, we have characters from the same game, third-party characters from the same game already in Smash. For example, we have Ken and Ryu, so why couldn't we see another character, especially one as beloved and popular as this one? So now let's go ahead and talk about a couple of the new modes. First of all, we have a mode called Dodgeball. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to end up happening, but now that I've heard about it, I definitely would love to see it make it into the game in some way. I mean, how crazy would it be if you got to use all of your characters and stuff and like use all their different moves to launch dodgeballs at each other? That sounds awesome. I mean, for those of you guys who didn't already know, people actually already do stuff like this in the game. The soccer ball item is a great way to implement dodgeball games or soccer games into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and if you can create your own stages and like make your own dodgeball arenas, I think that would be absolutely fantastic, and it's something that nobody would see coming at all. I mean, does anybody really expect to see a dodgeball game in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? No, which is why I think that Sakurai would definitely put something like this in, just because it's so unexpected, but it'll also probably be so fun. After that, we have Home Run Contests, which for those of you guys who don't already know, yes, Home Run Contest was actually data mined a while ago to already be coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so at this point, no one should really be surprised that we are going to end up seeing it very soon. I mean, Home Run Contest, although it isn't everybody's favorite game mode, is still an incredibly iconic part of Smash Bros. And a lot of people really miss it, so if it makes a return, I don't think anyone's going to be too mad. And finally, guys, apparently we're going to be getting new character costumes customization. Now, this is something I've wanted for a very long time, and something that I think would definitely benefit the Smash Ultimate competitive scene. I mean, for those of you guys who didn't know, there are people who are sponsored by companies who wear jerseys and stuff like that when they go to Smash events. For example, Zero is sponsored by Tempo Storm, so having the characters be able to wear some kind of merchandise or like their jerseys or whatever during tournaments would be absolutely insane. Also, being able to create our own character costumes just sounds super fun, and I definitely think that would be a welcomed addition to all of the great stuff that's already in Smash Ultimate. However, guys, with all of that being said, do I believe that this leak is real? Honestly, guys, at this point, I definitely think that this leak has a better chance of being real than a lot of the other ones we've looked at. I mean, Sans is definitely a likely character alongside Doomguy, and getting Gino as a free character as long as you have Nintendo Switch Online also makes a ton of sense. Because although there are going to be people who don't want to buy Nintendo Switch Online, if they see a character as popular as Gino make it into the game, and all you have to do to get him is buy Nintendo Switch Online, that's probably going to convince a lot of people to end up buying it, so it definitely makes a ton of sense. Also, Dodgeball and Home Run contests sound absolutely awesome, and I'd love to see some brand new character costumes, so I am hoping that this leak is real. However, guys, with all of that being said, let me know your thoughts about this leak in the comment section down below. Do you guys believe that this leak is real, and would you be happy if it was? Why or why not? Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.